Welcome, everybody, to episode number 7 of the Void Frogs podcast. My name is Stiflerd, and I am joined once again by my very fiery co-host, the Q Magnet, aka Q, and a special guest who brings a little shade of pink and red to our normally green and purple set. Q, take it away, and I'll BRB.
Okay, one sec.
Oh my gosh. What on earth?
All right.
What is this?
FYI, our guest today is a man of countless talents. An OG entertainer who has done almost everything under the sun. BTW, he's an educator, a vlogger, fellow podcaster, even hosted Minecon IRL. And AFAIK has some pretty darn cool fan art on his Tumblr. Why? Because creativity comes in juice form. Eh?
Hey.
I am HO. You'll enjoy this little chat while we tackle some FAQs, so don't go AFK. And LMK, who has the best hair, FTW, in the comments. And for those thinking TLDR, it's OMGChad!
Oh my god. My cheeks are gonna hurt if I'm smiling so much. This is ridiculous.
I didn't tell Stifler I found this today.
I'm like looking around like, can I do one better? I guess not. No way.
Oh,
He's
man.
amazing.
I'm taking that off.
Everybody
I
is
was
right here.
God.
This is
So
dedicated.
shocked. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all about you. We
Oh
want to
my
be
gosh.
like you, OMGChad. We want to be like you.
Thank you.
Brother.
Thank you.
I can't believe you said, yeah, I'll come on the show, man. We are privileged.
Yeah. Oh, heck yeah.
Seriously.
Podcasting is like, that goes first off, I'm glad that there's a new Minecraft podcast, on the scene. Like, that is awesome. And me and podcast go way back. So,
Yep.
and you guys are great people. So it's just like, heck yeah, of course I will.
Man.
I'm honored. I'm honored. Hey, before we go any further, in case, some people might not understand all the acronyms that Q was throwing at the people, especially distracted with his red hair. That was shocking for me.
I didn't.
So,
Yeah.
you're OMGChad.
Yeah.
But what does it mean to be
How did it happen?
OMGChad? Yeah, who are you? Like, what do you do?
Okay.
Just for the audience, real quick.
So, I currently right now, if you were to like follow me today, I do a YouTube channel called OMG Craft, and it's kind of like a show that I'm kind of the host of, and it's all about Minecraft tips, tricks, and tutorials, and spotlights. Sometimes we spotlight people in the community as well. And then I also stream on Twitch, and that's under the name OMGChad. And then I tweet and I Instagram, and that's basically it at the moment. In the past, I've also been on YouTube under the name OMGChad. That's like my personal channel where I've done vlogs, I've done series like Minecraft series, and all that stuff happens over there.
Right
Let
on.
me think. And then I really like to host stuff. Like, I love hosting.
Yeah.
So you may have seen me around on the Minecon Live, Minecon Earth live stream. You may have seen me on like other things.
Yeah.
Back of a milk
So-
carton.
Yeah.
America's Most Wanted.
That was years ago. Yes.
That's why
Yeah.
you changed your. It's like, no, stop.
I had to get
phoning
away
the
from
police.
the milk carton days,
Yeah.
Like, that's
Actually, I think they're in black
hard
and white
times.
on those. I checked.
Well, that's why the red throws them off,
Yeah.
They go, oh, it's red. That's why.
I
don't
check
recognize it.
Walmart every time I walk out. There's all those missing. I didn't see you this time.
No.
I guess we found you.
Yeah.
He's an
I've been
adult
found.
now. So,
Yeah, exactly. They're like, after 18, you're no longer. Sorry, you're still missing, but
Yeah.
we don't got enough room on the milk cartons. Get out of here.
We've got him here now.
The younger audience may not even know what we're talking about. They're
No.
like, missing
Yeah.
children on milk cartons? What?
Well, not to make
See-
this about me, but we don't really have milk. Well, It's not really common to have milk cartons up in Canada. It's all about the
Same.
milk bags.
The only time I ever had a milk carton was like in elementary school.
The little tiny.
oh
even-
yeah, the little ones.
Yeah, the itty bitty ones, and they did not have missing children on them, which is probably pretty good. It probably would have scared the crap out of me as a child.
Yeah,
But
seriously.
you know what? That might have been a better strategy because they would have way more eyes on these kids.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, hey, that actually brings up a question for me. You is your hair, is it pink or is it red? Like, can you just
Supposed to be
colorblind.
red. Yeah, it's supposed to be red. The thing is when I got it done the first time, and it was years ago now. I almost don't even want to say how many years ago it was because A, I don't know, and B,
85.
I'd be embarrassed about it. Yeah. But the first time I did it, I literally thought to myself, like, I do not want to babysit this hair. I do not want to like worry about taking only 5 showers in a month to like keep it red.
Oh.
So I take a shower every day. I put product in it. Like I do not
That's good.
I do not try to like maintain it basically. Like a lot of other people do. And so therefore it fades a lot faster. And so it tends to range anywhere from like bright red if I had just dyed it or to pink if it's been a while. And on video, sometimes you never know what it's going to look like.
Yeah. No.
I didn't really want this to be a whole episode about your hair, but it is at the top of the list. We wanted to cover it.
Yeah, it's a good
Right?
question. Lots of people don't. Yeah,
You know.
it's
Well, I mean,
interesting.
everybody knows you because of that initially. But
Yeah.
here's the one thing
It
I know.
stands out.
So on. Oh, and by the way, props to Stifler for going all out on the bottom
with
half
the
hair.
beard.
Oh, thank you.
So, you've done a lot of videos over the years. I noticed that you had kind of 2 red hair styles because the other ones you had like this, the whole thing red. Now you're going a little more stylish. Where'd that come from? Where'd you draw the line?
So-
it's just too much. I need to go.
Yeah. So the first time I did it, it was just so I went. I was I had just moved away to California for a podcasting job actually, and I had come back. It was the first holidays that I was back in Texas with all my family, and my sister had dyed hair. My other sister had dyed hair. My sister's best friend had exactly this red hair, and so we were at a holiday party. I think it may not have been Christmas actually. It may have been Thanksgiving. And in fact, it was Thanksgiving. So we were all hanging out at like a friend's giving, and I was like, I'd like to dye my hair, and so and there may have been some intoxication involved, but so I was like, yes, let's do it. And we were at that friend's house who had this shade of hair, and she didn't have any other bottle. She didn't have another bottle of dye, and so we just did it that night. And so I literally took my old hairstyle, which was more of a all over, like, I don't know what you'd call it, like, I don't know, like a more traditional hairstyle, and it was just all red because that's what she had and that's what everyone else was doing. So it was just basically a re-dyeing of my old hairstyle, and I kind of kept that style around. Although looking back, because I kind of have curly-ish hair when it starts to get longer, and it looked an awful lot like Ronald McDonald or like Wendy. Like I looked like a lot of different fast food chains. And so after a while, I wanted to kind of tone it down a bit, and so I talked to my hairdresser who knew way more about it than I did, and she was like, I have this idea to do blah blah blah, and so she gave me an undercut, and I loved it, and it was a very trend. It still is, I guess, a pretty trendy haircut. I've been thinking about what I want to do to change it up. I don't know what I want to. I know. Here's the thing.
Too. I think about that.
There
all the time
you go.
As well.
See, that's like what it was like.
What?
How many wigs do you have?
Multiple red wigs. What's going on here?
Oh my gosh. But it kind of was like, it kind of looked like that. Like it was so long. And so I've been thinking about if I ever want to step away from the red hair. Part of the problem is it is very much like a branding thing. Like you see the dude with super red hair once and you kind of remember him.
Yeah.
The other thing is it's almost like a lazy thing where if I changed it to brown or changed it to anything else, I can't imagine all of the user icons I would have to change, all the intros,
God.
all the posters that are
Yeah.
outdated now, like all the stuff that's kind of been, I've used the red as like a branding element. Like, I don't know. It's kind of like Carrot Top, I assume, like he can't have a normal haircut.
Oh, I see. So
like,
you're going to go get ripped.
yeah,
Carrot
exactly.
Top, right? Yeah.
Oh, yes.
He is ripped. He really
is.
is.
He
I
is.
was so
Because
amazed
like
by
me,
that.
not to just like go on a bunny
No,
trail, but
go
for
down
me
the
it was
rabbit
like
hole, yeah.
I only saw him after he was jacked and
Yeah.
before he was jacked, and you didn't see, and it was like, what did you
When
do?
did Carrot Top? Yeah,
Yeah.
get super. Yeah, totally.
Crazy.
Anyway, back to you.
Yeah, no, yeah. So anyway, I have been thinking about it because I'm kind of like, I'm 30 years old now. Like, is it appropriate for a 30-year-old to be running around with like super bright red hair? Like, I don't want to be the old
Yes, it
guy,
is.
like trying to be
Yes, it is.
trendy. Okay, you think it is?
Yes,
Okay.
it is.
Good.
I'm gonna. You know what? For as long as you have red hair, I'm gonna have red beard.
What?
Yep.
That is quite
From
the
now
commitment.
on. Yeah, I'm 31 now.
gosh.
I'm 30. I'm a year older than you. I will show you, Chad. I will show you. I'm proud
I
of
just,
who I
you know,
am.
you kind of see folks who have like, who are definitely of the older crowd, who are definitely trying to be trendy. And
Yeah.
to me, that's just so cringe. And I'm so scared. Like, I'm so scared that I'm going to be that guy. So I'm
You
kind of
still
like,
look
let's
young, man.
go
You still look
back.
young.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're not
It's-
like this old dad hairhead thing going on.
So yeah, I'm like, maybe I should just go straight to that. Like, start Frosty, pull off the Anderson Cooper look maybe and just go
Hey.
straight for,
Hey,
you know.
everybody loves that Anderson.
Yeah,
Cooper.
who doesn't like Anderson Cooper's hair?
Come on.
Nobody. Everybody likes it.
It's kind of like that old phrase. Well, I guess it's not that old, but you watch The Office at all? TV show The Office?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna mention a whole bunch of stuff, but there's one line that's really touching where they say like,
That's
why,
what she said.
Why can't you? Yeah, that one. I wish that
touching
there was
line.
a way to know that you were in the good old days before they were the good old days.
Right.
You know,
Right.
and it's in the opposite way. I wish there was a way to know when I was a cringy old man trying to be hip.
Yes. Yes.
Before I get
Exactly.
to that point.
Exactly. I don't want hindsight. I want to know now. Like,
Yeah.
am I cringy now? That's what I need to know.
Well, that's our poll. No, don't answer that. No
Right.
comments about that.
Am I cringy yet?
You're not.
I need to know to the minute information.
Oh man. And I've got to point out, I'm really happy that you shower every day.
Right?
Really happy.
Wow.
Right? Because no, that was like
stuck.
a total topic. It's like the moment I turned it red, everyone was like,
Yeah.
so do you like shower every day? Like keep that red? Like,
like,
and I
have
was
you
like,
never dyed your
heck
hair?
Yeah, I do.
That's good.
People who dye their hair sometimes, they'll use dry shampoo or there's a whole bunch of different techniques to keep it. Because every time you shower, a little bit of it comes out. You can like see it in the suds.
Yeah.
Oh, where did I cut myself? Where?
Yeah.
Where?
Seriously, the first time, the day after you dye your hair, you're like, I just murdered someone. Shower. This is too much. And like, I will purposely not dye my hair before a trip because those poor hotel towels would just be like so
You can bring your own
destroyed.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
exactly. Yeah, but that'd be a process.
Goodness.
Hey, let's
So, yeah.
move away from hair. You got way more to your story than hair. But
right.
it was fun talking about hair. So,
Yeah.
so you came from Texas. Mm-hmm. You grew up in Texas, is that correct?
Austin, yeah. Born and
Okay.
raised in Austin.
Okay, here's
Nice.
the thing. As a Canadian, I kind of equate all Texans as the same accent. Maybe that's not true, but
Hey,
I don't
y'all.
hear that southern,
It's Austin.
food
Yeah,
loving, gun
twang.
shooting Texan accent in you. What's
Yeah.
going on there?
I don't exactly know. I do say y'all probably more than others would, but I grew up in this city, and Austin's like a college town, and
Yeah.
it's not a big city, but it's pretty happening, especially nowadays. It's just like everybody's
yeah.
moving to Austin. It's like super popular.
Tech and music.
Yeah. Tech is huge. Music is huge. And like I know Log.zip. I think just moved down there.
yeah, did he
so,
go
like,
there or
lots of-
did he go to Dallas? Did he go to
I was pushing for Dallas because right now I'm in Dallas. I was like, hey, it'd be great to have a friend in Dallas. But I'm pretty positive he chose Austin.
He's like,
So yeah, so I don't know how I missed the accent train, but I guess I'm kind of glad I did. I don't know. It might be interesting to be a YouTuber and have a very like Texas drawl. Like, hey y'all, let's go. We're gonna be on the field today. Gonna shear some wheat.
There is. I can't remember who.
Yeah,
there's a couple of Minecrafters who definitely have that sort of accent.
Joe Hills does it.
Joe Hills, Joe Hills,
Howdy, y'all. Whatever.
Howdy, y'all. Joe Hills here.
Yeah, we'll talk about him when we talk to him.
That was really good.
Yeah, he's a good friend.
He's a cool dude. I lived in Nashville. I wanted so bad to be able to meet up with him while I was still in Nashville, but wasn't able to. You know, the thing that I think is so cool, tangent, is that like a lot of you guys. I'm one of you guys now. Dang it, guys. I'm one of you guys now. A lot of you creators that have been around for years. A lot of you guys know each other. You're like, there's always going to be some drama when you have people. But like, there's a lot of you are friends that you've connected, you've worked together, you're on good terms, like you collaborate, you help each other behind the scenes. I learned that a lot with Q when he started telling me about map making and modding and like people, command block people. And I'm just like, it's so cool to see that you guys all know each other and chat, and it's like, I love that.
It's so refreshing to like, because Minecraft is very much a community. Like, there's no other way to put it. And when I see other, I've been kind of into other games at times, and some of them not so popular, and you can tell that their like marketing team is trying so hard to make a community around a game, and it's just like, to me, the huge community aspect of Minecraft is exactly what you're saying. Is you decide, I kind of want to get into this, and there is 5 people that are all kind of like, jump in. We know this. We don't know this yet, but maybe that guy does, so you can talk to him. Like, that is incredible, and it exists throughout all levels of Minecraft, from hey, do you want to play a game together to, do you want to start a YouTube channel and here's some information about that.
That's cool.
So yeah. And so far I've been blown away by every YouTuber that I've met, or, content creator, because some people are on Twitch and stuff like that. But every content creator, they all seem like pretty cool people. There's a few people that I'm kind of like, I probably wouldn't hang out with them day to day, but they're still like nice, they're not like
right here, Void Boss Podcast. Who are they?
Let me see.
Who does Chad cannot stand?
Starting with A. Who is it? No, Ant Venom. No, Ant Venom's like the nicest guy ever. Yeah, no, just kidding.
Now I understand what Deathswap was really about.
Ant is great. Ant is amazing. Ant is seriously one of the best. Yeah, exactly. No. So it's I agree. It's very refreshing. Very refreshing.
So what you're trying to say is you're going to give us your entire friends list so we can put them all on the podcast for future episodes. I really appreciate that.
Yeah. Every contact I've ever shaken hands with. Yeah.
Solid man. Right on.
Okay, so
what was the question? I don't remember.
Well, we started off talking about whatever. Okay. Here. Back on track here, going down the list. So what I noticed, every time we have somebody on here, I watch a lot of their videos over that week, trying to get a history of what they're going on.
And I always make a joke about how I've actually been a fan for a long time, so I didn't have to.
I knew you already. Yeah, there's no need.
He knows everybody. You're like the I know everybody guy in my. Anyway, I noticed from the beginning of at least your main channel videos and your OMG, or maybe OMG Craft is your main channel, but your own channel.
It switched. Yeah. The other one was supposed to be.
You've always had really high production values.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
thanks.
For example, your OMG Craft show, I could tell a lot of work goes into that, more than like the regular YouTuber and all that. Can you give us kind of like a brief rundown of like what that process is of backgrounds and things like that?
like I'll take a pretty like I guess far step back. Is almost all of this happened in high school, which is kind of unprecedented for I guess someone who's like 30, you know, is in high school we had a media class.
Wish I was 30.
But like back then it was just on the cusp of digital video.
Right.
Like I took classes in college after I had left high school and they were still like film is the way to go. Like you're going to want to learn how to shoot for film. And then you get in the real world and no one's using that. Everyone's gone digital, especially, you know, that was right at the high definition transition from like SD you'd record on to mini DV tape. And then the HD you'd record on a card and just get that onto your hard drive. And also computers, you know, this was the time that like a dual CPU computer was like, what is this? There's two CPUs? How does this even work? You know, like, yeah, there was all this stuff happening right around like 2006, 2007. Actually, I guess 2005 to 2007. And my high school had a fantastic media class. And it was more geared towards news media. Like we would do a news production every day. But that class gave me a crazy good foundation in shooting video, lighting, editing, big foundation in editing, live production, so video switching and all that sort of stuff. And I learned almost like all of the foundational skills of production from high school. And then I went into college and I was kind of like, I was really disappointed, to be honest, because the prospects that I was looking at was like, I'm going to be taking core classes for 2 years. In the third year, I'll maybe get to take some electives. And then the fourth year, I'll take like all electives. But like, I didn't want to wait around for 2 years. And I knew I wanted to be in some type of production. I wanted to be a director. I wanted to be a cameraman. I wanted to be an editor. I wanted to be anything in production back then. And so anyway, that kind of was able to give me a great foundation into getting my first gig, getting my second gig. Worked with a guy named Brian Brushwood. Worked for a company called Twit. And through all of that, I luckily had the knowledge of how to edit, how to chroma key, how to, do live video production, all that stuff. And then on the job, you learn a lot more. And so when it came to me transitioning back into YouTube, I don't know how far y'all want to go into my history.
What size were you when you were born? Cool. Like how many ounces?
Exactly. Well, I don't remember. I think it was raining that day. Like how far back do y'all want me to go? Because
this is really interesting to me because a lot of creators that I have seen, or we've talked to 6 people so far, so like on the show, so not a lot,
but
the people we've
talked
to, the people we've talked to, myself and a lot of others, when they get into doing YouTube or streaming and whatnot, they kind of pick it up in high school and they just run with it. Like their process is not to go to college to learn about production and all of that. And so your history there is actually really cool because I wonder if that's unique. Is that super unique? Or do you find other creators in the same boat?
I think that it's unique mostly because I took a very commercial path early on and then I switched over to YouTube. So if I'm going to I'll try to condense it because we could take up the entire podcast with just like the weird way I got to where I am now. But I'll condense it. So high school took those classes. College, I took like 2 classes in film and it was like, this is taking too long. And so then in high school, I uploaded a few videos to YouTube and I was part of a community around a band. And that was like eye-opening to me that you could have a career on the internet, that you could upload stuff to the internet and there's an audience there. And so I immediately was like, screw TV, screw film. I am going into this internet thing. Because also I I probably had a little bit of rose-colored glasses when it comes to how exactly fast I thought that the internet industry was going to take off. But I was like, it's the next big thing. It's going to be like television. It's going to be like film. I was thinking that in 2006. You know, I was like a little too early.
I mean, it is now.
Now it is. But and luckily, I was young enough to be able to like.
There you go.
You know,
full circle. You had that anti-hindsight thing you were talking about earlier. You saw it.
Yeah. So back then. So anyway. So get to college, hating it. I'm hating college. Right. So I drop out and I work with a guy named Brian Brushwood in Austin, Texas. And the reason I did that was Brian had a video podcast on a network called Revision 3, which got bought by Discovery eventually, became Discovery Digital. But he also has a great YouTube channel called Scam School, and that was that video podcast that has moved and morphed throughout the years to become an over 1 million sub YouTube channel. So
were
that
you a
Scam
part
School
of
project,
Scam School?
Yes. There's about a year and a half of videos where I'm credited because they actually ran credits at the end of the episodes. Where I'm credited as the creative consultant. So I would help write videos. I would help shoot videos. I've been in I think 3 of them because I was always on set, and so sometimes they were like, "We need somebody. The Chad, get over here. We can't find anyone else in this bar. So here we go." So yeah, I'm in a few of them. So yeah, I worked with Scam School for about. So I worked with Brushwood for about a year and a half. His main income at the time was stage, and he would do a lot of college gigs. So I brought to the table. I had done a lot of stuff in theater when I was in high school as well. So I brought to the table stage management. So I would stage manage his magic show, and then we would do the video podcast, which is really just a YouTube channel. And then that, did that. And then that got me a job with Twit. Twit stands for This Week in Tech, and it's a video podcast network all about technology with a guy named Leo Laporte, who was a big guy in the television days, Tech TV. Yeah. And he still does a syndicated radio show that is called The Tech Guy. So I started work for them. Okay. Scroll back.
Let's
back
go.
to high school.
Let's go.
Go back to high school.
Then you went back to high school because you
then I went back to high school. Right. So in high school, I started a YouTube channel. In 2006, I started one. 2007, I started a different one. Probably 2008, I started another one.
Chad R. Johnson. I'm going to vlog every day for a year.
Yes.
There's
like 4 videos.
Sorry, guys, I can't do it.
Yes, exactly. Those days, it was so hard to vlog because you would record onto a mini DV tape. Yeah. Then you would log and capture that tape in the same time it took you to. So if you had 30 minutes of recording, you had 30 minutes of logging and capturing to do. And then you would use the crummiest computer, like a G5 computer, to try to edit it. And it took 4 hours. And then you'd render it, and that would take 5 years, and then you would upload it, and that would take another 5 years, and your entire house's internet would be down because you were uploading to YouTube. I am. There's no possible way. Like nowadays, things are so easy. Yeah. It's absurd. Like I could do a vlog every day for a year. That'd be sure. I just add that to the pile of stuff. But
you do that on your phone.
Yeah, exactly. Do a one-take vlog. I could do that easy. Yeah. So anyway, so I was always interested in YouTube from the very beginning. And so fast forward to when I had gotten a lot of skills, I had gotten a lot of contacts, I was working in the podcasting industry, and I really wanted to be in front of the camera. Yeah. And YouTube was just sitting right there. So I decided to start doing that in my off time. I really wanted to be a host. I went into podcasting because when I was looking at the internet landscape back in 2009, 2010, there was like no guarantee that you would make money on YouTube. There's zero guarantee. And podcasting, you had sponsorships. People saw it as much more mainstream. And there was literally, it's so funny nowadays, nobody knows about this, but like there was like video podcasts, and the video podcasts that were being promoted in iTunes looked gorgeous, and I loved their production, and I was just like, that's what I want to do. So that's why I kind of jumped in feet first there. probably in hindsight a bad idea. I probably should have stuck with YouTube and stuck it out and gotten followers on YouTube and pushed on that because podcasting has changed so much to be a lot more audio focused. And then if you have, video, it's almost always served on YouTube, which is, we're living it.
Yeah.
And so anyway, it's just, it changed a lot. So I was at Twit. I was doing things behind the scenes. I was a producer. I was writing. I was managing, but I really wasn't in front of the camera, and I really wanted to be in front of the camera. And so they wouldn't give me a gig in front of the camera. They weren't going to sink money into it without experience. But of course, you couldn't get experience unless they gave you that gig. So
the old catch-22.
Yeah, exactly. A chicken and egg problem. So I decided to start hosting my own stuff, not owned by them. I started a YouTube channel. So I started all of that back up, which I had already had experience with Chad R. Johnson, with Crazy Dudo 7, with a little bit of OMGChad, all that sort of stuff. And so I started all that back up. And then I started OMGCraft. And OMGCraft was a creation of, what am I doing right now? I'm playing a lot of Minecraft. And also, it's kind of funny to say, but I had known from all my previous work that whenever you start a project, it's going to be bad. Like, you're not going to be that great at it. There's a lot that you have to learn. And so with hosting, I wanted a project that I could start and then learn and then end it, and it would fade into obscurity. And I thought, Minecraft is a fad. So this isn't going to be, I can start a Minecraft show and nobody's going to watch it in a year or two.
That's right.
And then OMGCraft, became what it is today.
Look
and so I literally thought OMGCraft, I'm going to put my heart and soul into it, but it's probably going to end in a year or two. And then I can walk away from it, and I have all this experience. Maybe I'll get a gig in front of a camera somewhere else, and blah 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 blah. So anyway, that was why I started OMGCraft. OMGCraft got 13 episodes in, and then the company I was working for, Twit, they wanted to get into the YouTube space. Well, I also really pushed them hard that I wanted to get them into the YouTube space. And so they saw OMGCraft, and they basically saw my vision of what a YouTube show could be, and they said, we like it. We're going to buy it from you. Ooh. So Twit actually purchased OMGCraft and revitalized it and made a set, made intros, made outros, made music, purchased all that stuff, and 100% owned OMGCraft for years. And that's when we changed it. It was a podcast at first. It was a 45-minute video podcast at first. And then it switched to a very YouTube formatted show where it's, 7 minutes long, tips and tricks, very quicker. Nowadays you look at it and it's like, oh my gosh, why is this intro 5 minutes long? But yeah, so it was a more fast, it was focused to be on YouTube. And they owned it for years. And there's this time, it was April of, I forget which year, but it was in April. And all of a sudden, we had been uploading to YouTube, and we had been getting maybe 100 views, 500 views, that sort of thing. And we had been doing that for 2 years. We had been uploading for a long time. And they started looking at it and going, we're not really getting much out of it. Our advertisers don't really understand the short form content. We are used to long form, hour-long podcasts. And so they're thinking about cutting it. And just as those conversations started, the YouTube AdSense started taking off. And I remember, looking at Social Blade, it's nothing. And it just starts going. Yeah. It's like a switch at YouTube just got turned on that they're like, oh, this is good content. Oh yeah, start serving that. There you go. Yeah. And all of a sudden, OMGCraft started becoming very, very popular at the same time that the people who own it are talking we're not loving this. We're not making enough money. And I'm losing my mind. Why'd I sell it? It's it's doing good finally. And what was happening was the biggest video I have on that channel is how to break bedrock. That video started going viral-ish in the community. YouTube served it a lot.
Creative mode. Bam, done. Easy.
Exactly.
Video
done.
over. 30-second
video.
50 million views.
Yeah. And so that was like an engine that was running the train. That was the channel of, and so people would see that video, go, what the heck is this? And then they'd go to the channel and see all the other videos and see that I'd been uploading for 2 years and there's content there. And then they would subscribe. And that was what was happening. And I didn't realize it. But, then so I focused a lot on OMG Craft in those days. I was probably way too focused on my YouTube channel. And so, when it came, Twit was restructuring. They wanted to figure out new paths for the content that I was managing. And so they let me go in the nicest possible way they ever could. It was probably the best way to lose your job ever.
They give you $1 million. Sorry.
In a way, no, I haven't made $1 million. I haven't made $1 million off OMG Craft, but they gave me OMG Craft when I left. And so that was, it didn't work out. The timing of that isn't perfect, but that's basically what it amounted to was, they let me land on my feet with OMG Craft and have this project, with OMG Craft. So I didn't have to buy it back from them, which we were in negotiations for me to purchase it back and everything. And so they just handed it back to me, and then we're like, hey, you're not working here anymore. But they did it once again. They did it in the nicest way, because I was technically not working for them, but I had over the years that OMG Craft was going on, I got my goal of being able to host stuff. They were like, yeah, you host stuff, great, we'll put you in front of the camera. So all the shows that I was hosting or co-hosting went on, and I would get a day rate for those shows instead of a salary. And so not only were there like, here's severance, here's OMG Craft, but you can keep working on these shows and still make money as a person who's doing gigs instead of like a salaried employee. So they totally let me land on my feet in the best way possible.
Wow.
It wasn't a situation like they threw you out of the building and then took your box that had OMG Craft in it and threw it out after you. Said, take that too.
Yeah,
that's
exactly,
cool.
Exactly. It was very much like a, hey, we're restructuring, but also you get all these things. And, yeah, exactly right.
They never restructure the top people.
You. Exactly right. So anyway, yeah, it ended up working fantastically, and I was also able to like live out my lease where, you know, I still had like 4 months on my lease, and then I moved down to LA and took everything independent, and then moved. And then I was like, why am I spending money in LA? This is ridiculous. I moved to Texas, and then the rest is history. So that was the bulleted list. That lasted what, 30 minutes? Sorry, that took so long.
That was great.
It's good info. Have you shared all that anywhere else, or is this exclusive? Just say no.
I don't know.
I
don't know if it's all been in one spot. Oh. Yeah, it may have been. And I know I've told people when I'm very drunk about it, but
nice.
Yeah. Good. When I'm like, there's not enough conversation going on. Let me just tell you my life story for an hour and a half, and then this party will be over.
This is good.
I was going to say, you're nearly on that channel. It's almost hitting 1 million. Congratulations.
I can't wait. I cannot wait.
Big party, right? What's that plaque color? That's the silver or
gold?
Gold one?
Gold, yeah.
You're going to be there.
The thing, I passed 100K like years ago, and so I'm kind of like, hey, when you give me the million one, can you give me another 100K, because they're not gonna match, because you guys have like changed to how they look. Like I have an old 100K. I'm like, please give me a new 100K.
There's a guy, and you've probably heard of him, he's really popular, Seth Everman, I think is his name, and he got an award. He got a thing from YouTube for over 1 million likes on his comment.
What?
He tweeted them and said, hey, can I get a thing for because he commented on the Billie Eilish thing, and they sent him, he says this video where he unveils like over 1 million likes on a comment.
That's hilarious.
Man, I want that one.
I
too.
need to know those people.
Yeah.
I also like.
Seriously.
There's I have business partner and stuff that like I'm like, hey, why do I get the only plaque? Like I should share. I want 2 so I could 2 or 3. It'd be like you helped me get
New
here.
demands.
Here's a plaque. You
For
helped me
every
get here.
million
Here's
you
a plaque.
get that as many. You get 2 million, you get 2 plaques. 3 billion, you get 3 plaques.
Exactly.
That's what I say.
Need more plaques. Swimming in plaques.
Real quick before we like go too far, I wanna point out something because you said a couple of things that made me like really excited. Hearing your
awesome.
story, like actually my heart was like welling up inside of me. I was like, oh, this is sweet.
He's like, oh, you're gonna sell that to me now? That channel? You're selling it?
You can sell shows? What?
No, so one is that you did some really cool stuff. I mean, like I was a fan of Leo Laporte, Tech TV, Twit. I was a big fan of Brian and Scam School and his magic stuff. And all that, and I was already a fan of yours from 2017. I came back into Minecraft in 2017 and I started watching your show.
Hold on.
What?
When I've actually met Chad. He probably doesn't remember this, but at Minecon
No, I think it was-
2015, I said,
Yeah.
hey guys, he's walking with Doc M and Good and probably somebody else. I said, hey guys, you might not know me, my name's Q-Megan. He said, Q-Megan! Right
Yeah.
away. Like,
Yeah.
like,
Because we had played your maps and stuff.
So
yeah.
there you go, Stifler. I'm the
so
real
you got
fan.
me beat. No, that's cool.
He
That's
actually
fine.
put his arms out. Celebration.
I'm the real fan here. I've dyed my face hair.
Yeah.
For
I
him.
have hurt my face. Do you know how much bleach hurts on your face?
Continue. You were saying.
You look like an 80s rock star right now.
I'm like terrified of
Yeah.
your eyes. Like I'm like, oh man, don't get any of that hair in your
Okay.
Oh man,
Try this.
the audio only is like what? He's
Yeah, they're
wearing
like, what is
2
going
different
on?
red wigs now.
That is like a mullet. That is quite the look. Yeah, he has
that
a
is-
curly wig on
Right.
top.
This is why you gotta
straight wig on
subscribe to
bottom.
YouTube. You miss all this stuff.
That's going on
Oh,
the
man.
website. That is
All right.
going on the website. That's
Yeah,
beautiful.
yeah.
So
get
continue
ready
on
for
your
thumbnail.
story, Stifler, number 2 fan after me.
This question. A couple of things is like one is that you got to work with cool people, and I'm curious about. I don't want to go too long into it, but I'm curious how you got into that.
Yeah,
Like working with
those
them.
are
How did you
really
first get
funny
connected
stories? Okay, so these are funny. These are pretty funny. So with Brushwood specifically, so Brian. So those who don't know Brian Brushwood, he has multiple very popular YouTube channels. Scam School and The Modern Rogue, and he's also done stuff on National Geographic with a television show, and he has a really cool store called Scam Stuff, and he has great podcasts and all sorts of stuff.
Yep.
And so, in Austin, I got started with my first jobs ever was a summer camp called the Magic Camp. And the Magic Camp was a summer camp where you could go as a camper and then, that type of magic. Yeah. Woo. I'm not even good at that. You could like see. Anyway.
You flashed, man.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah, exactly. I'm not very practiced in magic. So I worked there, and then at 13, you could become a counselor in training, and then at 14, you could become a counselor, and then at 18, you can become a senior counselor and a staff member. So I did all of that because I just really liked the camp. So through that summer camp, I kind of knew a lot of people in the magic community, although I never had really worked with any of them, but I knew a lot of people in the magic community in Austin. And Brushwood is a magician, and so I had never actually met him, but I knew people who knew of him. So one of the other jobs I had coming out of high school and college was I worked for a company called T. Myers Magic, and you can go to T. Myers Magic still right now, and they sell balloon animal supplies and magic supplies. And it's like a warehouse, it's
balloon.
It's an e-commerce store.
What more supply of balloon animals is there than balloons?
That.
Yeah.
And pumps. They do pumps and like books and
okay.
DVDs and
I
stuff
see.
like that.
All right.
You know,
Okay. Fair
they
enough.
actually invented like the best balloon animal pump.
Right.
And Anyway, so I worked there, and it's an e-commerce store, so the front of the store doesn't look like anything, but it's a big warehouse. So I worked in I was the warehouse manager. They only had one person in the warehouse. It was me. If you'd put in an order, I'd get a piece of paper printed out, and I'd go find it in the warehouse, put it in a thing, box it, and then ship it out.
Oh, logistics.
And they had this yeah, exactly. And so they had this I don't know the word. I guess tradition of making everyone's birthday kind of a big deal. So they'd buy a cake, they'd give everyone in the kitchen, they'd do happy birthday. They kind of like to do that. My birthday rolls around, I'm kind of expecting it. Nothing. They had totally forgotten my birthday. And I wasn't all that. Yeah, exactly. Right? So they forgot my birthday.
Oh.
And I didn't say anything, and I didn't really I wasn't going to be like, hey, it was my birthday today, and y'all all forgot. I wasn't going to be like that. Man. And it didn't really bother me that much, but it was it's exactly what y'all's reaction is. It's kind of depressing, but it's not really that big of a deal. In a long thing. So I think my birthday was on a Wednesday. On Friday, the owner of the company burst in and was like, we forgot your birthday. And I'm like, oh, yeah, it's fine. It's okay.
You're crying on the
and he's
inside.
like, how can I make it up to you? I'm like, oh, don't worry about it. Just do it another time. It's not a big deal. Whatever. So because he screwed up so bad, on the day that they celebrate my birthday, he called in. He knew that I loved Brushwood, and he knew that I wanted to get into video work because I was a good friend with the guy who owned the company, and so he knew all that. And so what he did on my birthday, on his makeup birthday, he got Brushwood in to the store, and
that's incredible.
I got to have lunch with Brushwood. And I got to ask him all about the podcasting world, about video production, about all that stuff. And so that was how I got my first interaction with Brushwood, was this screw up on my birthday. And Gus
That's
Davis
a pretty
is the
good
guy.
trade-off.
Isn't that so funny? It's such a weird story.
It's really good trade-off.
Yeah, exactly. So totally, yeah, Gus, if you're listening, you totally did right by me. Forget my birthday, totally fine. I don't have any hard feelings.
Man, that's cool.
And so that's how I got to meet Brushwood for the first time. Fast forward about a year, and I was working in a different spot, and I really hated it, and I was just frustrated with college, and I wanted to just jump into the industry. I didn't want to wait around. So I called up Brushwood, and I had because of a different job, I had moved back in with my parents. I didn't really have a lot of expenses, and I had kind of saved up some money. And so I literally called Brushwood and said, I remember calling Brian, and I was so dead nervous. I mean, it's one of those moments where I was just shaking like crazy. I called him up and I said, hey, I love what you're doing, and I will work for you for free. I will do whatever it takes to learn from you. I'll show up at your house. I'll wash your car. I don't care. I just want to work for you, and I want to, if it lasts for 2 months, I don't care. I just want to do whatever I can. And he goes, well, I'll do you one better. My stage manager just quit, and so you want a stage manager job? I was like, sure. He's like, I'll pay you. I was like, okay, let's do it. And so my timing was just right on. There was during the month of December is just a really bad month for stage stuff, because he does a lot of college shows. All the colleges are at home. So he's like, yeah, well, at the start of the year, I'll hire you, and beginning in January, then you'll work for me. And so that's how that got started. Was good timing, weird happenstance, and a little bit of luck. And then I guess also the fact that I was eager. He knew that I was eager to learn about all that stuff.
I think that's incredible, and I want to.
So weird.
I seriously super incredible. I'm gonna point out two things. You just say if you agree with them or not, and then I want Q has a whole list of 1,000 questions that we need to get through in the next 10 minutes. So
rapid fire.
I'll just I'm gonna hit you with these two statements, because this is what I'm feeling from you. Statement number one: shoot your shot. Ask.
Yes.
You asked Brian Brushwood.
Agree.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. It's like that crappy motivational poster that's you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Yeah.
Try it.
Do it.
Whoa, what do you mean
it.
crappy? That's my boy, Wayne Gretzky, Canada. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. And then your boy, Michael Scott, stole it and said it was his quote.
Another office.
When I was in Boy Scouts, I literally, that poster was in like the church that we like would have our meetings in. Like unironically, like that was there. And I just remember like, this was before like everyone kind of like, it became a thing. But I remember looking at it and being like, I hate this poster. Like I remember it so vividly. It was the real poster.
Yeah. No, but it's true, and you did it. You shot your shot, and you got it. And like I'm seriously like I'm blown away. I can't say it enough. Like I have right next to me on the other side of this little bookshelf, I've got Magic books, and I have Magic. Yeah. Like I'm a huge Magic fan. I've watched so much Scam School. I bet You said that you've been in a couple of the episodes. I bet I've seen them, and now I got to go back and watch them all again so I can find you and be like, I found you.
Yeah. I think one of them is called Confidence Man that I'm in. He's like, I gotta Google it real fast. Confidence Man. And I think there's 2 others. There's one with my brown hair. I think they're all with my brown hair. No, there's one with my red hair and 2 of them with my brown hair.
Oh, wow. So you got to see the transformation.
May not have, yeah.
Okay, so the second statement is, you started OMG Craft saying, I know that this is going to suck. And you did it anyway in order to learn and get experience. And from my perspective, like that's why I started doing YouTube, my first videos.
That's why he started the podcast. We know this is
yeah, that's exactly it. They're so bad. Like and years ago I actually got hired to do some video work as well, years and years ago. And this company bought like a really expensive camera equipment, and I was getting paid a lot of money for every video, and they're terrible.
Yeah.
But I learned a lot in that way, and it sounds like you learned a lot just saying, you know what, it is going to be terrible, but I'm going to do it anyway so I can push through that. Yes or no?
Absolutely. Yeah. And just to follow up on that is like, you have to be bad at something before you get good. And you also have to push through and keep, like, your motivation needs to be to learn whenever you're in that sort of situation. You can't just try over and over again and get the same result. You need to be learning and growing. But you also have to, at the same time, look at what you're making with a critical eye, and you might hate it you hate it with all your worth, but you got to keep doing it. You can't let that demotivate you enough to make you stop. Totally. So yeah, 100%.
Have you heard, do you know Ira Glass? He does a lot of news stuff. He has
I'm thinking exactly of that thing. He's like, you got to be bad before you're good. Yeah. You'll look at what you're making with a critical eye and you'll think, it's not where I want it yet. And you just got to keep going.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Totally.
Those are my questions. I'm glad. Thank you for expanding on them. Q Magnet, you have like 1,000. I know that.
Just so you know, we are only halfway through the list. We're not going to get through everything. But here's the main things that I really wanted to know. Just finish up before we go to our next segments. One of the things you're known for is being part of one of the most popular Minecraft vanilla hilarious servers, Mindcrack. And then keep that in your mind. Also, you were a host at Minecon Earth. So I was wondering, how did both of those come around? How did you get involved with the Minecraft guys? Because I used to be a huge fan watching that before I got really involved in maps. And the Minecraft Earth host, that was really, you were such a natural, man.
That was fun.
You were like, I remember this one question, somebody was kind of like stumbling and you just picked it up and go. I was like, man, you are like a host. You are.
Thank you.
Anyway, thank you. Cover those kind of things.
So I'll try to go quick. So with Mindcrack, I was working at Twit, and Michael was a Twit chat room moderator, and I was like, "Whoa! Like, hey, I know you from Mindcrack. This is cool. Like, I was starting my Minecraft show and whatnot." And Michael was like, "Hey, we're all going to a convention called PlayOnCon. You want to go?" And this was totally like, it was like the weekend before. And I was like, Yes, I want to go. So
let's go.
I booked my flight. I emailed. They were all sold out on hotel rooms. So I emailed and got on a wait list, just trying to get a hotel room. And I showed up, and it was Seth Bling, Michael, Good.
Wow.
Just Vaughn was there. I'm sure that there were others that I'm forgetting, but there I was so nervous because I wanted to basically introduce myself to Good and be like, hey, I make YouTube videos too, but they're not bad. Like, I didn't know how to be like, they're good videos, you know? And it was basically like a comedy of errors, because at Play On Con, I doubt anyone knows about it or anyone's been, but you're at a 4-H, which is like a kind of like a school for teaching about like
it's a step up from 3H.
Conservative is PH and like sort of like farm values and stuff like that. And there was no self-service, like zero self-service. There, you could walk half a mile and stand on a hill and maybe get self-service, but there was no self-service. And so like I can see like Good is sitting there and I could go talk to him, but I really wanted to show him a video of mine and be like, this is what I make. Like, cause we were in the middle of making OMG Craft and it had the set and it looked really good, but I could not load a video. It was impossible. No. And so I remember like I would like sit there and I'd like stare at the screen and I'd get like 2 seconds of video loaded and it took like 20 minutes to get there. And I'd be like, hey, hey Good, my name's Chad and I make YouTube videos and this is kind of what they look like. And I'd like click it and pay like 2 seconds. I'd be like, well, the internet's not so good, but anyway, that's what I do. And I was like, so nervous. And anyway, that was our first meeting, and that was enough to convince him. He's like, oh yeah, this guy's not bad. Really? And we kind of became friends over that, and then
we make
all the other Minecons
videos aren't bad either, Chad.
That's right.
We can join the Minecraft server.
Yeah. And then it was a long road after that. That was just the initial start, because after that there was Minecon Minecon Orlando, which I think when I met you, Q, and then
London is where you met me.
London. Oh, it's
England.
London. Okay, yeah. So I decided to basically every time I've ever gotten something nice in my life is because I worked harder than anybody else should at it, and then I got that thing. So like with Minecraft, I decided to do the Minecraft recap, which I'm sad that I have zero time for anymore, but I did the Minecraft recap. I just tried to volunteer and help out as much as I could, and also show that like I'm not a weirdo. Like I'm a fun guy to be around, and that all worked. And then I joined, and I'm still, I think, the newest member. Am I still the newest member? I don't remember. So I killed Minecraft is what the joke is.
You killed Minecraft.
Yeah. Goodness.
Yeah.
Well, you came on when like Aurelian came on, didn't you?
Yeah, but I still think I am officially the newest member because I don't know.
Yeah. Come on, you don't know.
It's been years. It's been
Good grief.
many years. Minecraft. I think I'm the.
We should have got our research department on this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Who's supposed to handle that one?
now, because we kind of changed the whole aspect of it. Is like now we have special server guests, we have VIPs, we have all sorts of stuff. But I think I was the last member to join that's part of Minecraft, and then we have like all sorts of new folks that play all the time.
It's right here. Top Reddit post: Who killed Minecraft? OMGChad. It says
me.
No,
it was me. I killed Minecraft. Yeah.
Anyway, that's amazing.
So that's how I did that. Oh, and then you asked about the hosting.
Yeah.
That, let me think.
You stalked them for 2 years.
Yeah, right. Actually, okay, so a big part of like getting a gig like that is just knowing the right people. Is they know you, they know that you do a good job, and then when they're like, we need someone to fill this role, like who do we think would do it the best?
Right.
Yeah.
And there was actually so we were at Minecon Anaheim, and the YouTube channel had been going on for a long, long time, and I was in the VIP-ish like creator area. And a guy named Phil from I think he worked at Fire UK for a little while, but a lot of people knew him as Phil from Multiplay. Multiplay was people who were putting on the thing. Phil is a really nice guy, and he is. It's not like he died or anything. He's a nice guy, and he knew of me.
This podcast is dedicated to Phil.
All right. So Phil saw me there and it was like, hey, we kind of need an extra person for the end closing ceremonies. Yeah. And it was the closing ceremonies with TJ Miller and, Vu and Lydia were there and all that stuff. And so he was really nice to get me on that. Yeah. That was when I met Vu and Lydia for the first time. Wow. And then I think they realized that I'm not a weirdo. And so and then I was doing a lot of stuff with the pre and post show with Lon. Like I loved to help with Lon with the Lon and Chloe. They did sort of like a side stream stuff. Loved working with them. They're great. And so I think that through that, like after Minecon Anaheim, they realized like, oh yeah, he's pretty good. And then when they kind of changed up the format, when they did the first Minecon Live with the host guy.
Wait, what?
Totally blanking on his name.
Minecraft Earth, you mean? With Will Arnett?
The first Will Arnett. That's right. Yeah. You've got it right. Minecraft Earth with Will Arnett.
Will Arnett.
They were like, where do you want to... They had sent out an email like, where do you want to see the show? Like, do you want to go to a Microsoft store? Do you want to do this? I was like, no, I want to see it like live. Like, can I do that? Like, is that an option? I don't even know.
That's the right answer.
Yeah, I was like, can I go to the theater you're doing? And they're like, oh yeah, sure, I guess. Yeah, sure. Here's this is where you show up and do it. So I did that. And then they were like, oh, you know what we need? We need some contestants for this game. Who do we have? Oh, we have some YouTubers. Oh, these random YouTubers who all just decided to be here and we didn't really invite for this specific thing. Yeah, get them on stage. So just because I happened to answer like, oh, I kind of want to see it in person instead of like, I want to see it at Microsoft Store. That was how I got on stage the first year with Minecon Earth. Wow. And then the next year they changed up everything and they had YouTuber hosts. And I think because I had, done the other stuff, they were like, yeah, let's give Chad a try. And so that's when I got that gig to do
shoot your shot.
Do it.
Okay, wait, go back just a little bit. I know we need to move on, but just a little bit, because at least at London, didn't you go around with a mic and talk to people?
So that was when I was talking about doing stuff with Lon and Chloe.
Right.
They did a lot of like side stream. They made a lot of content for the stream.
Yeah.
That would kind of be like put in interstitially and stuff like that. So yeah, I would. They gave me a few little like projects to work on, and I ran around with a mic and interviewed people. I think I did a thing for like Mattel. They had like this weird drone thing. But yeah, so I did stuff with them and loved it. Both Lon and Vu are really into film, like super into film. And Lon runs like a company that does that sort of stuff. And I obviously love film. And so we can just geek out about that like all day long. So yeah.
So cool. Yeah, it's it's like sometimes people when I talk with them, they're like, I don't really think that I want to go and do that because it just seems like it's not really gonna, like, if I'm not gonna be on the stage, then I don't want to go there. But it's like, no, but you have an opportunity to meet cool people, to build connections. That's how I met Q, and then from now we're doing this podcast, and I get to chat with you, and it's like just. Like sometimes you got to just go do things and be around the people who are doing it.
I think that the term, pay your due gets thrown around a lot. And I don't think a lot of people realize what that means. Like when you hear someone say like, oh, you got to pay your dues, people think, oh, I got to be like pushed around and like, someone, I don't know, hazed into something, I don't know what people really think. But to me, paying your dues is looking or jumping into something in less than ideal situations for you and using your skills and your goals and stuff to move further on. And that's exactly what happened with podcasting. Is I wanted to be a host really bad. How many people get a hosting gig? Like almost nobody. Almost nobody becomes a host overnight. People aren't going to look at you and say, oh, you look handsome, host. You know, like that just doesn't happen. And so what's my only option? To work behind the scenes, and that's why I was a producer at Twit for years before I felt like I was able to say, hey, I really want to start hosting. And even then they said no. Like I was like, I really want to host a show. And they're like, sorry, you need experience. You know? I was like, crap. Okay, well, I guess I'll do my own show because y'all aren't going to let me do it. And that was already with 3 years of working at the company behind the scenes in a job I didn't really want, but I was so interested in where it could take me that, my video file ended. That was the end of that. There we go.
No.
Here you are talking about how professional you are, working your way up, and now the real Chad comes in.
Video file. Get this guy
out. The background not work.
He's not even a professional. Get this guy out of here.
We're keeping that in there.
That's hilarious. No, please do. That's hilarious. Yes. So yeah, to me, paying your dues is not necessarily doing something that you know you're going to get made fun of or whatever. It is taking a job that, just like you were saying, like, oh, I don't know if I want to do this now because I won't get the exact thing I want. Well, you got to be around those people. You got to make those connections. You got to know folks before they're going to give you that opportunity. Yeah. So yeah, totally.
Yeah, sweet. Right, Q? You got to know me so you can get on my level, bro.
You don't know me. You don't know me.
You don't know me.
Gosh, we could go on and on. Like 400 more things to talk to you about, but
oh man,
we're gonna go into our special little. You probably haven't seen any of our episodes, have you, Chad?
I don't think I've watched this far in. Okay. I've caught the beginning of a few.
So
you're keeping our average audience in retention rate.
Yeah, exactly. What are you doing? I'm the reason. Yeah, the average watch time is low.
Bring him in.
Not 100%. Come on, man.
So what we like to do is a couple little segments that are. I know the whole thing's about you, but like they're more a little fun about you. Yeah. The first segment we like to call cue music. Last week I didn't hear the music when I said cue music, so it better be there in post. Make it happen, or I'm gonna get this Chad producer on you and show you how it's done. Anyway, we call it rapid fire. Cool. We used to call it rapid fire, but they took too long.
Yeah.
So now call it rapid fire. Okay.
Rabbit.
Which works?
Is it rabbit or rabbit?
Rabbit, like you're foaming at the
foaming or
rabbit.
Foaming.
Rabbit fire.
Rabbit fire.
I did make a cannon in Minecraft that shot dogs. I should change it to rabbits. Anyway,
to rabbits.
So what we're gonna do? We're gonna ask you 5 questions. They're just like whatever you want to do. They're fun little questions.
Perfect.
And we'll put you on the spot and see what you say.
Sweet.
Okay. You ready?
Sounds good. Yes.
Number 1. Okay. If you were a type of cheese, what would you be?
Sharp cheddar.
It was very close.
So close.
But incorrect.
It was incorrect.
Is that incorrect?
So close.
Oh, darn it. Mild cheddar? Dang it.
You're almost there. Your pronunciation's off a little bit.
Cheddar. You know what I'd probably be, actually, is a Baby Bell because of the red top. You know, I got a red...
Try
it's not quite the answer we were looking for.
You were almost there. Your first
sharp cheddar. Chatter.
Yeah.
There we go.
Cheddar cheese. Yes.
I do cheddar cheese. I didn't realize these were jokes. Okay. All right. I'm in the mindset now. Okay, I got it.
Okay. Look, man, you gotta get on his wavelength there.
Yeah. I am there, locked and loaded.
This is Q's segment. It's called Rapid Fire, but secretly it's Dad Joke Avenue is what it is.
Yeah.
Go, Curly.
They're not all like that though. So
it's called punishment.
Oh yes,
that's right.
Yes.
Oh man.
Now you're on the level.
Okay. So
go with number 2, brother.
Fire. Question number 2. Yo. Who is your favorite red-colored supervillain?
Isn't that? We don't have to say your name in this one. We were just kind of joking the first one, but
yeah.
I don't even know a red-colored supervillain.
I'm sorry, that's not the
supervillain. The Mushroom. No.
The Mushroom is a supervillain. We could do some lore crafting on that.
I do. In Diversity 3 he is. We called him
I
Armageddon.
know.
Armageddon.
Another
He was
dad
a
joke.
really
I didn't plan that one.
So you got like Red Skull, Scarlet Witch. She was kind of bad for a minute, but she was also good. Magneto. Who else?
So my
Robotnik.
favorite. I was always a big fan of Magneto because like that really got my mind turning when I was a kid. Like, there's metal there. There's metal there. That's
Pretty
magnetic.
powerful.
Like,
There's metal
so
in you, iron.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
I have exactly. Yeah, so Magneto.
Magneto.
Cool.
Right,
Yeah, and he's also he's like a complex character. He's bad, but he's also, his intentions are so good. At least for him and his people.
No, he's a mutant supremacist is what he is.
Okay.
They're not good.
Yes.
Anyone who don't have
yeah.
powers, they do not
Yes.
deserve to live on this earth. Anyway,
Yes. He's a
His
DNA
intentions are-
cyst.
you know,
He's
a
he believes that
DNA.
he's right. Anyway.
So, all right, number 3 here.
Number 3.
We didn't get time to get into your Gizwiz stuff, so this kind of will work into that.
Yep.
Okay.
So basically, you've been to a lot of conventions. You've done things where you're looking at different hardware and things like that. We just want to know one piece of hardware that when you first saw it, it just blew you away. You didn't think it was possible or something like that.
How recent does this need to be?
Like could be the first one, anytime, the first time you saw what a typewriter did.
When I saw the keynote for the iPhone, I was like, this is exactly what I want. Like, I remember thinking, like, I just want a device that does like all
Everything
this stuff
in the world.
Everything. Like,
too
and
much
when
to
he kept
ask?
doing like, it's an iPod, it's a communicator, it's an internet.
Yeah.
I was like, this is exactly what I want. How did they make this happen? I was 100% on board the first time I saw that.
We're gonna get rid of the keyboard, and everybody's like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, everyone's like, huh?
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, no, I was that I remember. I don't know if it's, hindsight, I've changed history, but I feel like the first time I saw that, I was like, this is going to be huge. I need to get one. Why is my family on Verizon? I'm so mad. I'm going to spend $600. Like, I was ready to go. Yeah.
600. Come
Yeah.
to Canada. I think I paid 900 for my first
My gosh.
iPhone.
Oh my God.
No, yeah.
rate.
Honestly, though, there's something like back then with those keynotes in 2006, 2000, like that whole era, the few years around there. Those keynotes were always, there was something really special about them. Like the Palm Pre keynote also was like people cheering, like blown away by this thing, and it's like, I
We've
agree.
lost that.
Yeah.
We need that, but for like CRISPR. Like,
like
now your DNA can do this. It's like, because like I feel like the internet, like I feel like phones and stuff, they've kind of plateaued. Like there's only so much that you could do. Now it's like
I heard you can
500x zoom.
Yeah.
I heard you can download an app
Okay.
that lets you call people now. So
Interesting.
Yeah.
Who would use that?
this is why it's not called rapid fire anymore.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
The other thing. Look, I'm going to ask the next question.
Next one.
You know what
I
the
won't
other thing is, though?
interrupt you anymore.
You know what the other thing is like everybody on social media, all the leaks and everything. Everything from keynotes is being leaked ahead of time, so they're not as special anymore. Whereas before,
I
stuff would
really
be blown
wonder, like, I really wonder if, like, Apple is so security focused that I wonder if they're going to like change up entire ways that they do machinery and stuff to just like, nope, it's not. You know what? We're going to control the whole thing. Everything is made in house. Nobody's going to leak this stuff.
Yeah.
We're going to do everything. Yeah. So I do
be
wonder
good.
about that stuff.
Okay, question number 4. Just before Q has an aneurysm. You get to choose one of these, okay? You can only choose one of these. The other one has to go away.
Oh, God.
Right?
Okay.
NASA or nasal passages?
Like, I would have to be a mouth breather
Yes.
forever.
Yeah.
For all of humanity?
For all of humanity.
Or just me?
It's not a hard question. NASA or nasal?
I'm
Your baby
going to
could
say
answer it.
keep nasal passages.
This guy's
Get rid
Goodbye,
of NASA?
This guy's
There's
anti-NASA.
there's.
I didn't
It's-
realize
it's-
you were anti-science, Chad.
Do you deny it that you are anti-NASA? He doesn't deny
He
it.
doesn't deny it.
I feel like nasal. I do not want to become a mouth breather. They cause all sorts of other problems of my mouth gets all dry. But NASA, there's competition. There is no competition for the nasal passage.
really is.
That's
anti-nas.
true. That's very
So
true.
that's
I didn't think of
I'm
that.
trying to defend myself.
Right.
Yeah.
Dang
So
it.
Fine.
you got SpaceX. You got.
If I knew you were going to say
other-
that.
Yeah.
different guest
What's the
this time.
Canadian version of NASA? Can't that step it
The-
up? A bit.
Toronto Maple Leafs.
Casa.
Okay, so number 5. Who would play Chad Johnson in the OMGChad biopic?
Oh gosh.
This is great.
Oh no. Who? I don't know. Who do I look like? Who looks like me? Does it matter? I'd say. Oh my gosh. I need to look up this guy's name. I'm trying to think of the movie that I know of him. What's the movie where the dreams and Ellen Page and the world
Inception?
bent on itself.
Inception.
Yep. Leonardo DiCaprio?
No,
Tom
not
Hardy?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Tom Hardy?
It might be Tom Hardy is who I'm thinking
The
of.
suave guy? He's the actor guy?
Yeah.
Venom.
Yeah,
You
I'd like
get
that.
Tom Hardy to
Mad
play.
Max.
I'd be fine with him.
Dang it. He's good. He's good.
Yeah.
He's great.
Oh, no. You know what? I was thinking. Wait a second. I was actually thinking of someone else, I think.
Kieran.
I was thinking.
The guy with the three
I was
names.
thinking of Joseph
Oh,
Gordon-Levitt.
Gordon-Levitt.
is who
yeah.
I was thinking
I
of.
love that guy.
Yeah.
To see him go from Third
yeah.
Rock to Inception made me a big fan of him. He's so cool.
Yes. I'd like him to play me.
JGL.
And I think that we look similar-ish.
Joseph
Tom Hardy
Gordon-Levitt.
is not good enough for you.
Yeah. Screw
Yeah.
you, Tom Hardy. Get out of here.
Well, we've got a surprise because on today's show we
Yeah, here he is.
Oh, man.
wow, rapid fire, good job, enjoyed
That was
it
good.
very much.
Yeah, congratulations. You made it through that one unscathed.
Thank you. Perfect. I got a perfect 4 out of 5.
You did great.
Oh,
We
you want to
actually-
go? Actually, here comes the part where we're gonna keep score, buddy.
Yes. Now
All right.
we start our
Minecraft
last
trivia.
segment. You wish it was Minecraft trivia.
I kind of do. Kind of do.
This
It's
is
trivia, buddy.
The Void Frogs trivia. We got 5 questions on the board. I've got a timer
Okay.
in my head. This is not your typical trivia, though. This is a special genre of trivia. There's a topic here. I'm not going to give it away to you. You'll figure
not.
it out, I'm sure, over time.
Really?
Yeah, I
Okay,
think he'll
fine.
figure
Keep
it
it a
out over
secret.
time. Yeah. So you got 5 questions. Now, the so far the highest score was your pal, Helen Angel.
Aunt?
She's all of our
Helen.
pals,
Oh, yes.
really.
Yeah,
she's
right.
she's the pal of.
Who is she not a pal to? It
Yeah,
doesn't exist.
Exactly. She's lovely.
That was one of
We
our
love you,
questions. Is there one person you don't get along with?
Who do you
I
hate?
do not believe it.
She so far has the highest score, 4 out of 5. Just so you know.
What did Ant Phantom get? He got 4, didn't he?
No, he got 3.
Oh man.
Yeah.
All right.
So, well, we shouldn't have said it. Dang it, we shouldn't have said it. Anyway, whatever. Go watch the other episodes. Those are lies. Go find out what the
right.
real score
Find
was.
out.
So, OMGChad, we've got 5 questions for you. Yep. Depending on the number of questions that you get correct, I'm going to make a certificate for you. And if you have a P.O. box or something, I would love to print a high-quality version and ship it off to you so you can have it, put it right there.
Actually,
green screen.
one other thing. This is true. We had to retape Helen's episode, so people didn't hear the first one. But the first one, she mentioned you, and she said, you should have OMGChad because we gotta have a little trivia battle between the two of us. So a little bit of a spite there. She was pretty angry about it, I think.
Yep. So, all right. So we got 5 questions. You ready for this, sir?
Yeah, I don't know, but I'm going to say yes.
Okay. Question number 1. Using the power of Google, we discovered there are 2 other Chad Johnsons who are professional athletes. Name a sport one of them plays. Either one of them.
American football.
Hey, there we go. You got it.
That was quick. Somebody Googles Chad
good.
Johnson.
That was good.
Yep.
He's got his partners over there sitting off on the side Googling for him, like getting the answers.
No. Ocho Cinco has plagued me for my adult life. Ocho Cinco is the Chad Johnson, and all the time people would get my credit card and go, there's a guy in football that has your name. I'm like, yes, I know.
Yeah.
You know the other one?
Cool.
To be honest, no, I don't.
I'll give you
I was like
half a point if you get the other one.
The only other Chad Johnson that I know of is not in sports. He's reality TV from The Bachelorette.
Incorrect.
That's the only other Chad Johnson.
That's basically a sport, though, for real.
He stole my URL. I had thechadjohnson.com, and my registrar dropped it for. It's a weird thing, and he took it and it pointed to his Instagram, and then I took it back from him because he didn't pay his bills. So
you did what he did to you. Eye for an eye. That's how Chad lives his life.
Yeah,
my fiance already doesn't like him, and so now we're gonna really not like him. We're gonna really not like him anymore.
He's bad. He tried to steal my URL.
Okay. Yeah. Well, the nice Chad Johnson is a goaltender for Buffalo Sabres NHL, and he's Canadian. Perfect. Thank you very much.
Okay. And our third office, the Buffalo Sabres.
Sabres.
Yeah. Anyway, go on.
Number 2. Are you ready?
Yes.
John F. Kennedy, the 35th president of the United States of America, had 2 sons. What was one of John's sons' names? One of John's sons' names. John's son.
I'm gonna guess John. I'm assuming that I don't know. I have zero idea. I'm assuming John F. Kennedy had a John F. Kennedy Jr. Is what I'm going to guess.
That is correct.
No way.
Very
no way. No way.
Yep. That's 2. You're 2 up. You're 2 for 2.
You are kidding me.
No,
you're on a roll.
Right.
John F. Kennedy Jr.
Yeah.
Yep.
He exists.
His brother Patrick
he does.
Bouvier. You missed out on the popular one.
I was thinking you were going to say Patrick. Personally,
yeah, I did not. I didn't. I can't keep my own family straight. So like I will be at a family event. I'm like, how am I related to you? Yeah, exactly. Like I've seen you for literally my entire life. How do I know you? Like where do you fit in?
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice. Good job. Wow. 2 for 2. Okay. Question number 3.
That was a guess, by the way. Just put that up. So, okay.
You did great.
We were on the edge there on that one. Okay. Yeah. Question 3. Yeah.
Officially known as the Republic of Chad. This question is worded incorrectly, but
it is. Read it how it is.
Chad is a country officially known as the Republic of Chad and is a country in North Central Africa.
Yeah.
Near Nigeria. I think that was because we both were trying to write the question at the same time. Anyway, is a country in North Central Africa near Nigeria. Mm-hmm.
I'm like so scared that it's gonna be like what is their national GDP? That's gonna be my answer. My question.
Which of these 3 colors, or what?
It's not.
Which of these 4 colors is not in the flag? There are 3 colors in its flag.
Okay.
Which of these 4 colors is not in its flag?
Okay.
Blue, yellow, red, or white.
I do not think that blue is in its flag.
All right.
I do. I remember like when I was like a child looking this up.
You didn't go like, this is my flag, the flag of Chad. Fun fact, they have the identical flag to Romania, except a slight shade off on one of the colors, I think.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. I don't know Romania's flag either.
Well,
I'm going to say blue final answer.
I'm sorry, Chad. You do not know your own flag.
Dang it, Chad flag. I'm Googling it.
The correct
it is
answer.
Blue, yellow, and red.
Yeah,
white.
Blue, yellow, and red.
Man, I would have never guessed.
White is the only color that is on that list that is not in there.
Weird.
I'm very sorry. Very sorry. Although
Maybe
white isn't
this
really
will
a
be
color,
burned in
is
my
it?
mind for the next time someone asks me
Yep.
this question.
Number 4.
Okay.
Romania has a flag. No, I'm just kidding.
White!
Number 4. Chad's cousin Dwayne The Rock Johnson is a superstar action hero who's been in so many movies. We can't even count how many, but not including his first movie, which was a wrestling documentary. The movie that made him, like, gave him his first Hollywood appearance and all that. What movie was that? Should know your own cousin's movie. Dwayne The Rock
Was
Johnson.
it...
Come on, film guy.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Was it Escape from... Whatever the heck it was? I don't even remember if he was... Escape from Alcatraz.
Alcatraz.
No? Was that it?
No.
Dang it, no.
It's like, what are you doing?
Incorrect.
Q?
I'm just saying.
I don't even know.
That's
Yeah,
not
I was
fair,
like-
Q, you were
I was like, that is awesome. I'm on the right track.
You were so
I do
close.
not know.
You were so close.
I'm sure it's going to be like so like obvious once you say it,
It
but
was,
I'm
he
not
was known
very...
for a very bad CG scene.
very bad CGI.
Yeah.
Very, very, very bad.
The
The
special.
worst.
like
Very
I'm
bad.
like it's not because he was just in Ferdinand, and that's like good. That's like recent.
1, or 5,
So
4.
Yeah, my timer's counting down, sir. I'm sorry.
I don't know. I can't think of early CG things past Toy
It's
Story.
a touching tale about a parental figure who left and came back. It's called The Mummy Returns.
What are you?
Oh, I never watched the Mummy series.
No?
I have not watched a single Mummy
They
video.
were good with Brendan
Video.
Fraser, not
Movie.
so good with Mr. Cruz.
You did not
Okay.
You did not watch your cousin Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
I didn't.
Can't believe
Poor Dwayne, Mr. Dwayne.
What's his current score? 3 out of
He's
3.
2 out of
Two.
4. 2 out of 4.
2.
Speaking of birthdays, I'm sorry, I gotta catch my breath.
You want me to take over this one? You gonna be okay? Breathe. Breathe.
I got this.
Okay, I'll do this one. Number 5. Famousbirthdays.com. Okay. You are listed on that website as number 6 most famous Chads. Do not look at Google right now.
I'm not.
Don't
Sorry, I was
do it.
closing that tab.
All right. So you're number 16. You're actually number 16.
He's like, oh,
most
yeah,
famous Chads.
famousbirthdays.com.
I think on the
Okay.
internet. All you have to do is name one Chad who is higher than number 16. That's not Chad Johnson of the what'd you call him? Chad Johnson
Yeah,
football
of
player?
The Bachelorette
Yeah,
or football or
Can't be a
NHL.
Chad Johnson.
Oh man, Chad.
15 other options? 14, 15 other options?
Oh my gosh, I don't think I know of any other Chad. Chad. I'd really. I feel like I could just throw out a name and it's possible.
Could be.
You know, it's possible. There are a few that, when I was thinking about it last night, they popped up and I was like, "Oh my goodness, yeah, I know that Chad."
See, the thing is, I feel like a lot of people who are named Chad don't go by Chad. Like Chad is their second. Like they
These
would
do.
rather go by their last name. They do.
They do?
I'm pulling a blank. I'm like Chad, Zac Efron. I don't know. This hint is not helping at all.
He's just like from.
Say sorry, down with the down, sorry, down,
Not helping.
breaking the red dog.
I'm liking it, but
with every battle, about words in my head screams out, and I don't know the words. Yeah, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Magnet, stop.
Yeah.
Stop. We're losing subscribers. We're going down.
Yeah.
Getting copyright strikes and
Chad.
oh my goodness. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
So there's
I know I think I have the reference, but
let me
I'm
get
so
a
bad
little,
with names. I can't even remember my own name.
Time. Give time. Come on.
Yeah.
5
It's
seconds.
out.
Okay.
I only got 2 out of 5.
Well, that's okay. Here, I got a bonus point for you. Any of them, Chad Michael Murray,
Actor.
Chad Michaels.
What?
Yeah, who else? Those are the only
I was
Chads that I
trying
know.
to give you a Nickelback song. The singer
Yeah.
is Chad Kroger. Also, the drummer from Red Hot Chili
I would
Peppers,
not-
Chad Smith.
Chad Smith.
I can't drum.
Yeah, I would not have.
Number 1 star is
I
Chad
think-
Franke, 15-year-old.
I think that
youth
you need to
star.
be much higher on that list, though. Personally, I'm serious. You're way better than the Chad Johnson from the Bachelorette.
Oh my gosh.
Nobody
This
likes
photo of me is so bad. Holy moly! On famous birthday, that was literally a joke photo, and it's like my first one. Okay, that's pretty bad.
Wonderful. So you got a whopping
Chad Smith, yeah.
2 out of 5.
2 out of 5.
Chads.
Good job, man.
2 out of 5
Good
Chads
job.
in the Void Frog OMG.
Hey,
Chad
I'm gonna
Johnson
give you
trivia.
a chance. I'm gonna give you a chance here, okay? Last chance. And now
Okay.
you're only going to have a few seconds here, all right? Serious. I'm gonna give you a
Okay.
chance here to not have the lowest score, all right?
Okay.
Although that's a pretty awesome achievement.
Yeah.
And
You know what? If that's how history is made, I'll do it. I'll
you know
take
what?
it.
And technically you'd be tied with somebody in our first episode. So
Okay.
Although we didn't keep score the same way back then. So many years ago. Anyway, okay, last
So
question.
long
This is a
ago.
bonus point question for you, okay?
Okay.
You remember the Republic of Chad, the country
Yes.
named Chad in the country in North Central Africa, all that mess.
Yes.
of
Oh my
a
god.
question.
If you asked me the capital, I had no idea.
Then you say C.
Okay, good.
Capital C. I was correct. Thank you. You
Yeah,
think like a
the
dad, you
capital
get it.
C.
What is the country named after? Or you can answer either one of these. What does the word Chad mean?
Oh gosh. I'm just gonna have to be low score because I have no idea what it means.
All right, I'm sorry.
I have no
I
idea what
really
it's
gave
named
you a
after.
shot here. There is
You did, you did.
There's
It's fair.
Lake Chad, and it's in the middle of the country. And the word Chad means lake, so it's actually Lake. Is the name of the
Lake.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. So now you
Okay.
know.
Now I know. Now I know.
So your name is Lake Johnson.
Lake
Mm-hmm.
Johnson.
Yep. Hey, thanks so much for playing the Void Frogs
Of course.
podcast. The Void Frogs trivia. That's what I meant to say. You did great. Claps all around.
That was nerve wracking. I'm glad you didn't ask me about any friends or anything like that too, because I just embarrassed myself.
Who is Ant Venom? Oh,
Yeah, exactly.
oh.
What is Ant Venom's real name or something?
Chad
Yeah.
Johnson.
Yeah.
Well, dude, this has been super awesome to have you on here. Q, do you have any questions that you want to ask before
I asked them
we get
all. Already asked them all. Wow. What is your credit card number and password and number on the backside? Let me write it down. One? You've been around a
One.
Yeah.
time.
I got in really early on the credit
Wow.
card game.
That's good.
Yeah.
Oh man, Chad, you're incredible. Seriously, super cool guy.
Thank you.
Really appreciate you. I appreciate the incredible hard work that you put into your content as well. A couple things. One, we actually have a lot of other questions, so I would love to have you on again in the future. It'd be really cool. We can talk about that and ask you some of these more questions because you are such a you've got so much going on, and
Heck yeah.
couldn't cover it all.
You got so much coming on, so just squeeze the Void Frogs podcast in your busy schedule.
right, that's
no
right.
problem
Yes.
at all.
Y'all should do a Patreon and then have after show that people have to like subscribe to like listen to, and then you can get all those questions out.
Well, it just
ideas,
so
man.
happens. No, that's a good idea, though. I like that.
But you can subscribe down below this video.
That's
Click
right.
that button.
That's
Press
right.
that
Do it.
bell. Don't forget to like, comment, and follow, and all that other stuff. Share this video with all your friends.
Absolutely. Twitter, voidfrogs.com. Okay, but before we get to all that, Chad, like I said, you do so much stuff. We couldn't cover it all, but I want people to be able to find you and see all of this other stuff that you're doing. Can you tell everybody how to find you so that they can see how cool you are?
So if you want to catch the latest happenings on YouTube, youtube.com/OMGcraft. If you want to follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/OMGChad. Same thing with Instagram. You mentioned GizWiz, and I remember when I was saying things that I do, I was thinking, I'm forgetting something. I do a podcast, a gadget review podcast called The GizWiz, gizwiz.tv. Yep. And if you want to follow my YouTube channel, my personal YouTube channel, OMGChad, youtube.com/OMGChad. We should start uploading videos again on there very soon. It's a very intermittent channel.
When are you
going to
put videos on Crazy Dudes 07? That one. Need some more content on that video.
Password for that one anymore. I was probably a video came up on that. That'd be pretty astounding. Yes, probably never.
Nice.
Yeah, that's basically it. Yeah, OMG Chad, except for OMG Craft.
Right. Yeah, your main YouTube channel. That's awesome. That's awesome. We'll have links to all of those locations in the description and the show notes, so you guys go check that out. Go show him some love and check out some of his old videos and everything. Do you have any last words? Anything that you want to say to the people before we sign off?
Make sure that you subscribe and like and comment and find it on iTunes and rate it highly and everything.
Do it.
Oh, look at that. He did the thing.
I'm a pro. I know that stuff.
We don't even have to do it.
Just in case people skip to the end.
Yeah. Now they can see little Miss Raggedy Ann doll.
It's me in old age.
That's right. He's like a blending of the two of us.
I'm old in G-Chad.
I am now OMG Magnet.
Oh, man. Thank you again, Chad. Dude, you're awesome. Thanks so much for being on here. Folks who are listening, check us out at thevoidfrogs.com. You can find us on iTunes, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and coming soon, actually maybe like when this episode airs, iHeartRadio as well. So check us out at all those places, and of course at YouTube. We'll look forward to seeing you all in the next episode, whenever that is. So next Wednesday. That's every Wednesday. But thanks for watching today, and we'll see you all around next time. Peace.